Hello there. Hello there. My name is Skull, and welcome back to Stygian Reign of the Old Ones. We just had I think we just ate some rations. Last time we had a lot of things we did last session. It was very wild. We just got out. We had done quite a few things actually last session. We had got lots new quests to do. We apparently know of a possible exit thanks to Stanley Fredkin, the guy we met, I believe it was the video before this, or two videos before. He apparently talked about where you might know a way out of Arkham. Apparently Cornelius, the guy we had got in the pocket for, died, and we don't know. We sold it off for some cigs. I know, I need some money. And we also found out about a mysterious stabber in Arkham who just killed a man in the middle of Main Street. And we're trying to find out who did this because somehow someone just contacted us. And the only way we can really do this, we have a few clues. You have a clue we have to go to Essex Hotel to learn more about the victim, who is Julian. And also, we should also ask for Wilkins, an investigator who was investigating this killer. Now, I was actually going to help him out. I was going to go to Richard's drugstore to see if there's any way of him having a mirror of sorts reflect his arm, and I was going to do that also, and talk to Richard about the escape from Arkham because he has some idea where some of the tools required for the operation to do so. But we were interrupted by apparently some weird cult guy in the Turkish Zest, who apparently gave us a curse and had some information we got. So yeah, it was a very long episode, let's say that. But anyway. We're gonna go to Richard's drugstore and we're going to ask about if there's a way to help Wilkins and also about the way out of Arkham. You see a middle-aged, educated-looking man with a hint of danger in his smile. This must be the owner of the pharmacy, Richter. A new one, surprising, and just when I thought I had finally run out of possibilities. I mean business. You know, our numbers aren't growing these days. Now, tell old Richter what makes you tick. I rarely disappoint. Do you happen to own something that would help with a symptom called the phantom pain? He thinks about your request for a while. Actually, I have an old dusty mirror box in the back. It comes in handy once in a while. He winks at you. 36, and it's yours. Here you go. The man disappears for a while and returns with the box in hand. Here you go. The comfort this thing provides, I would equate with giving a flower to a dead person. We'll see about that. And now we're gonna ask him something else. I'm here for some. I'm here for some formaldehyde. Formaldehyde? What are you planning to preserve? A lifeless feces, perhaps? Forget it. Who am I to question others' questionable pursuits? The truth is, I don't have any formaldehyde. Spit out of my field. Do you know where I can get some? Let's see. The main component of formaldehyde turns out to be methyl alcohol. There should be pretty high methyl alcohol output distillery because of that charlatan wheat's crude distilling methods. So if you can get me the methyl alcohol from the mob distillery, I guess I can make you some formaldehyde. For a price, of course, and at last I can preserve my dead fetuses in the back decently. Just joking. Or am I? Okay, so this guy might have some dead babies, apparently. Or dead unborn babies. Where is this distillery? It's at the east side of Riverside. Here, let me show you on the map. Who is this Wheat you mentioned? A drunk fraud who pretends to be a distiller of the mod. I've heard that his own whiskey brand was third class at best even before the Black Day. You can guess how primitive and graceless his products now are. Another thing. Oh, tell me, what will ease your suffering? Do you know where can I find a radio transmitter? Language. A transmitter? It won't be easy to find such a delicate machine part in Arkham. Continues after a short pause. I would try the French Hill streets though. I've heard a man called Dumitrescu resides there. Ooh, new level reached. Level 3. Ooh. I know that surname. If he is the person I think he is, that man may be your best bet. Oop. Thanks, goodbye. So we got some information. Where's my... Oh, we level up first. Ah, we have to level up first. Okay, so before we even get to the journal, we have to level our character up. So, Roderick. I'm gonna level up in firearms, and I'll level them up in Am I cool? Yeah. Let's go with that. And then let's see, we have better criticals, plus 2% to critical success chance, clarity 1, plus 1 maximum sanity, cold-blooded, increased panic resistance, dodge 1, plus 1 to physical defense, haggler, better prices from vendors, heavy hitter, plus 3 to melee critical success chance, innate power 1, plus 1 spellcraft, luck up to totem, level 3, if an artifact has critical chance failure -1, medic 1, improved health gain from medical items, sniper, plus 3 range critical success chance, supernatural resilience, plus 1 supernatural defense, tough 1, plus 1 maximum health, and snapshot, level 3 firearms, to a faster pistol attack that costs 1 less action point at the expense of a small shooting penalty, but I don't use pistols. There's a few other things I could get, but let's see, I think I might go for sniper or something else. I'll take clarity plus maximum sanity. It's actually going to be quite helpful, especially with a game like this. That's him. Winston. We're going to give him a melee increase, athletics increase. Trained Hound, increase hunger resistance, or Howl 1 gives on featuring against supernatural effects. We'll give him Trained Hound. And the Outsider, I'm going to give him increased occult on melee. And we're going to give him Outsider's less likely to be engaged by enemies, decrease aggression, Hollow Touch, Outsider's shreds also inflict sanity damage and carry a small chance of making the opponent lose AP, or on Wrath of Isolation, increase melee attack minimum and maximum melee damage by 1, and lowers maximum sanity by 3. We'll do Wrath of Isolation also. And there we go, now we're going to go to Journal and see what we got. So let's see here. Finding the conductor. Conductor should not be hard to find. I can check the remaining shops in the city or try training with Dimitrescu. Richer can be because I learned the number of Dimitrescu House 17. It's time to pay a visit. To ask about the transmitter. Alrighty. And also go to the distillery to find some methyl alcohol so we can get formaldehyde. Okay. Also, I just realized our guy right now is literally on the brink of insanity. So what I'm actually gonna do is I'm going to drink. Next, I can drink a bottle of clean water on myself. And is there like whiskey? Do I have whiskey? I do have Reggie's whiskey. I guess I can drink it for a bit. You know, restore my sanity a bit up. There we go. Ah, good old whiskey. Never dies. So let's see what we're gonna do here. So we're either gonna follow the possible exit, or we go straight to the Stabber and Dark Alleys. Because I believe because what I'm thinking here is the poem might be connected somehow to the Stabber and maybe the possible exit. I think. But that's like a theory I have, and we have these cycles, you can do them, so... Alright, so let's actually go back to the Ill Deal house and give the mirror box to our good friend. No power can force me inside. Oh yeah, because the Outsider cannot join us on these, when we go to bars and such. There he is. He sees his agonizing for a short while. Look over at you. Have you found a way to make the pain go, or are you just stalling me off? This should help with your pain. Take out the mirror box. You place the mirror device on the table and adjust it to display a symmetrical reflection of Wilkins' intact arm. You can see from his face that the persistent tension that's been bothering him is already fading. You give him some time to get himself together. Meanwhile, I'll drink some water. That feels much better. The itching, it's gone. How strange that the brain can be deceived with such a simple trick. Thanks, sir. Much appreciated. You're welcome. Takes a big sip of cheap whiskey. Fire away. I owe you now. Now let's talk about the Arkham Stabber. That's a deep breath. So you want to know about the Stabber? Your choice. You still got 4 limbs after all. He forces himself to concentrate. When I was on the case, the Stabber was targeting mob members. Naturally, this got the attention of Waxface. If you kill the king's men, the king comes after you, right? The Stabber was a threat to his authority. Somebody pissing in his backyard, so his men hired me to find the killer. Where do you start? With the victims. What were their names? He clumsily pulls out an old notebook and finds a torn page inside. Salvador and Abel. No one important. Clueless, fresh recruits in the mob, that's all. Then I looked into how they were killed, and that proved interesting indeed. The wounds all point to one thing, a sword and a big one with a broad blade. Pierced those fell a dozen of times, until they were human colanders. I've seen a lot in this profession, but that was ferocious. Please go on. With difficulty, Wilkins reaches a cigarette from his pocket with his arriving hand, throws his cautious look. Now don't get me wrong, buddy, but in this business, even a small misinterpretation can mean punishment. And in Arkham, this punishment is almost always a horrible death, so for now, I'll keep what I know to myself. Come back when you have some information of your own, and we'll talk about more of these things, alright? I'll be back when I know more. We don't really ask him, like, for the fucking hand, what happened to him. And we got, wow, holy shit, we already got a lot of XP out of that. Alrighty. Gonna leave this place, and we're going to... We'll continue with the Arkham Stabber case for now. I'm trying to find out what the hell happened with that guy, because that guy got brutally murdered, and we also got contacted by some elder being, I think. Just went like, "You must know what has been going on here. The Stabber, he has come to Arkham." But part of the clue here, so we hunted the hunted. Wilkin told me the first two victims of Stabber were the mob men Salvador and Abel. It seems killing the king's men was seen as a disrespect to the crown and attracted the wrath of Waxface. The unlikely detective also told me he identified the weapon used in murder as a sword. And then make some progress in the case to convince Wilson. So we're gonna go to the Essex Hotel to talk about what happened to the victim here, the recent victim Julian, who he was. A spruce man in his 30s is standing at the reception desk of the dilapidated hotel. From his well-groomed mustache to his sharp suit, he signifies self-esteem that's hard to come by these days. Bonjour, monsieur. Under more normal circumstances, I'd be delighted to welcome you to the Essex Hotel, one of New England's permanent establishments. The man pauses to clear his throat. Leaving aside the fact that there's no New England anymore, but regrettably, I see you're not one of the ladies and gentlemen approved by Monsieur Wax. I may only accommodate citizens who appear on the guest list. May I ask your name? He straightens his bow tie. I am Etienne Lafayette, the concierge of Hotel Essex. I have proudly performed this duty for more than 15 years. A note of heartbreak seethes into his voice as he says this. I also had to take on the role of manager after the unfortunate demise of Monsieur Phillips and of receptionist. We are a little bit understaffed these days, as you can see. What happened to the previous manager? Let's just say he chose the shortest route out of Arkham. Monsieur clears his throat again and continues calmly. Rat poison, along with Madame Phillips and the little ones. I do not recommend it. They were, you know, makes circular motions around his mouth, red bubbles on their lips, like poorly blended parfait. Interesting analogy. Is there anything else I can help you with? I need some information about a former guest, a young man named Julian. Closes his throat imperiously. The privacy of our guests is invaluable, monsieur. I have to admit the accommodations may have taken a slight downturn recently, but definitely not to that level. He's dead. Oh, that is unfortunate. Not quite unexpected, though. I find a dead guest in one of the rooms almost every day. I need the information in order to investigate his murder. Etienne self-importantly straightens his bow tie before continuing. If that is the case, I think I can make an exception. He opens the hotel register and begins leafing through his pages. Julian, no surname given, checked in with 3 others. He plays with his mustache as if trying to tease the information from it. I remember those men coming to the hotel. It was right before the Black Day. I recall I was suspicious of them right away. They did not at all seem the caliber of gentlemen we prefer here, mopping about the lobby like clueless immigrants straying from the ship. But they paid for 2 king-size rooms in advance. He continues looking through the register. Sometime after the Black Day, though God knows how long, Julian and the one with the Irish accent left the hotel. The others carried on here. What are the names of these others you mentioned? He reads them off. Salvador, Abel, and Keelan. The late Monsieur Julian seems to have arrived with them. Which one had the Irish accent? I cannot remember, monsieur, but if I were to guess, I would say Julian, certainly the most Irish of the bunch. May I inspect the room where Julian stayed? Etienne straightens his bow tie while looking away. I would not recommend it, monsieur. Carrie Jack is currently residing in room 303, and I don't think he's planning on checking out anytime soon. He's celebrating the crime what he did to Betsy Ross. Heartbreaking to think of it. As a reward for his service, Waxface granted Monsieur Carrion with unlimited Copperhead and 2 of his personal courtesans. Betsy Ross? You haven't heard of her? He clears his throat and continues in a sad tone. In the first months of Monsieur Wax's reign, a few of Arkham's bravest men, women, or dumbest, according to some, openly divide the mob. They turned vigilante, masked guerrillas who risked their lives to bring some hope back to Arkham. These rebels were hunted down one by one until only Betsy remained, a fearless woman who wore all the glory for her disguise. For months she showed the courage of the rest of us lacked, and offered hope of the justice we all wished for, until Carrie and Jack shot her in the head and left her body to the ghouls. And that, monsieur, her hope finally died in Arkham. I mean, they may kill the individual, but they cannot kill the human spirit! Send again to humans. I strongly recommend keeping such sentiments to yourself, monsieur. What is Copperhead? It's a special whiskey the mob produces. They put a live copperhead snake inside a full bottle, and the serpent bleeds poison into the liquor while dropping. Goes straight. I know it doesn't sound very tempting, but they actually drink it, monsieur, believing it will make them manly or something. Definitely not a vintage any respectable sommelier would recommend. And does Carrion Jack can drink plenty of it? Naturalmente. In fact, he claims to be the Copperhead drinking champion. He is dangerously boastful about it. Another thing. But regularly I see you're not one of the ladies and gentlemen by Monsieur Baxter, not... Alright. Tell me about this Carrion fellow. Monsieur Carrion is one of the high-ranking representatives of the mob. He is celebrating the crime, what he did to Betsy Ross. As a reward, Waxface granted him with unlimited Copperhead and 2 of his personal courtesans. That's interesting. I have to go. So... Let's see here. So the only way we're gonna get into that guy, so he's apparently sort of the Copperhead champion. So let's see here. Clue about Dead Man. I've learned the victim's name Julian. He had been visiting from out of town and staying at the Essex Hotel. Hopefully I can learn more about this unfortunate young man when I get there. Carrion Feast. Etienne told me Cherry Jack claims he's the Copperhead whiskey drinking contest champion. His arrogance may help me get inside the room. So what if... So the way we could do it maybe is if we can get some Copperhead. Maybe either we get Copperhead or we try and persuade him to let us in. We'll see. I'm gonna try to buy some Copperhead actually, just in case, you know, maybe that's what I need for the quest to enter the room. Like, hey, alright, I got my here's my Copperhead, let's drink. So, here to buy something or just wasting my time? I'd like to trade. You got cigs, and don't forget the mob pays good money for bullets. Let's see what he... Do you have any Copperhead? There is copper whiskey. So it's gonna cost 71 cigs. And then to sell, I guess I can sell out 1 notebook. And I guess... And I have to trade with cigs, I guess, here. Oh well. There we go. Spend lots of my cigs on that. Oh well, it's fine, I guess. Let's see what else. So we're gonna have to get in the room. Let's go back to the Hunter hunted. Let's go back to Wilkins and tell him about what we learned about the other friends of Abel, Salvatore, and Keelan. And the only person who really could... Well, Abel and Salvatore are already dead, so it's only Keelan who's left. So the question is, where the hell is Keelan? Let's see if we can offer us anything, detective. You got anything on us? Alright, he's already told us that. Appears thus far does at times. Alright. Salvador and Abel. So essentially I skipped those through because it's the same conversation, so we'll just go on through. Salvador and Abel, I remember those names. They were registered at the hotel with Julian, the last victim. That's interesting. Wilkin lights a cigarette. Finally, we may have found a pattern. These three came to the hotel together. The next question is, are they all dead? As far as I know, no. There's another one called Keelan. We assume the murders won't stop until this skinny fellow gets a few more breathing holes, unless, with a puff, he adds a miniature grey cloud to the already noxious air of the eel. He himself is a stabber. What makes you think that? Think about it. Riff-raff arriving from out of town, probably into some shady business, and when the deed is done, they turn on each other like rabid dogs. I've seen it happen before. Whatever, the truth is, you should keep an eye out for this skinny fellow. He may be the key to all this. Will do. What else have you got on the case? You know, I have to admit, you're not too bad at this. When you started asking questions, I wasn't expecting much, and that's why I kept my trap shot on my real leads. No offense, but I prefer not to point any of my fingers at suspects, especially after seeing how brutal the mob can be. I know this is a bad habit. Work ethics can cost you an arm in this place. Arm. Now tell me about the suspects of yours. I had 3 good trails, but they all went cold. My first suspect was Redskin called, he struggles with the pronunciation, Wijathal. It's technically, I think it's Whitehall. The other one was a magician called Horatio, and lastly I had a witness, a mute girl. Tell me of this Whitehall. He's this crazy Indian fellow who believes he's continuing the ways of his ancestors, formed his own tribe in Dead Willows after everything went to hell. Shanty town of stinking tents. Wajthal is a savage son of a bitch, excuse my language, too eager to use his machete on anyone who he defines as a white oppressor, especially mob people. Motive? Check. Potential murder weapon? Check. I'd pay him a visit if I were you, but you've been warned, mister. He's awful protective about his territory. He prefers to let that machete do the talking. Where is Dead Willows? Just circle on the map. He draws a circle on your map. It used to be a resort area along the Miskatong River, full of white willow trees. Fancy place. You don't need to be a detective to guess why it's called Dead Willows these days. Tell me about Horatio. Horatio the Magnificent, they used to call him. I saw nothing magnificent about the man, though. A total wreck. He was pretty vocal about his hate for wax face. Suicidal, right? Horatio had all the motive to go after some mobster blood, and I know he uses old-fashioned swords in his shows. You know, the coffin and the blades and nonsense like that. Is he alive? Last time I saw him, he was staying in the room number 203 of the Essex Hotel. Considering his suicidal tendencies, might be a good idea to get your ass over there in a hurry. Who's the mute girl you mentioned? Donna the Mute. That is what the other tunnel kids called her. She wasn't always mute, so I heard. They say she became like that after witnessing the murder of Abel, the eyes on a little girl. Looking at the same dreadful moment no one else could see. I tried everything, but could never get her to talk. Alright, where can I find this kid? If you think you can do better, be my guest. She lives with the other orphans in the collapsed train hall in the northeast part of French Hill. Well, I better go. I have a murderer to find. And you still have 2 arms, pal. You old Wilkinson drink. Don't forget that. Good hunting. What else we're gonna do? We're gonna go find out. So, we got new suspects, some new leads, and some new information, it seems. Alrighty. Let's actually go speak. So, the tunnel girls, I believe the tunnel kids, I believe I saw them over here in French Hill, am I correct? So let's go check the area first. Got some more XP also out of this. Damn. We are gaining XP left, right, center. Crazy. I believe I remember seeing some kids over here. There we go. Tunnel kids, I guess. Child's imagination perseveres even the most trying of times. I mean, yeah, it's pretty horrible. Let's speak to her. Let's speak to this kid, this child. The wide-open eyes of this little girl seems to be fixated on a distant spot. Though you have no clue what she sees there, you're convinced she's looking directly into the abyss. The girl's staring eyes shift slowly to you, but her gaze remains as barren and blank as ever. Oh, poor kid. What happened to her? Hello? She doesn't reply. There must be a reason why this little girl is called Donna the Mute. Ah, it's her. Look, darling, I need your help on something. Look, mister, Donna don't talk no more. We told her, you know. We told her not to wander away from the protection of the Watchers. She didn't listen. Watchers? He points to the oxidized metal gargoyles going on the collapsed bridge. Silent Watchers. They protect us. I see. If you hurt Donna, they'll punish you, curse you. Your eyes will melt like ice cream on a hot day. They do that when they look into your eyes. They must be terribly powerful. And they come to us in our dreams. We climb on their backs and fly to distant lands. Best of all, they show us the colors. Oh, really? I need to go. The girl's staring eyes shift low to you, but her gaze remains as barren and blank as ever. I'm here to ask you a few questions, child. She doesn't reply. There must be a reason why this little girl's called Donna in the mute. Anyone there? We're getting the same things. I see. Goodbye, kid. So I doubt we're gonna have any way of talking to her. Amidst the bleakness of the Arkham, as black as raven's feather, the playful side of these urchins offers a rare, enduring fragment of innocence, struggling to cling to the petrifying roots of humanity. One among them, a scowling boy, approaches you, showing not so much a hesitation as a juvenile curiosity. What do you want, grown-up? We got nothing you can salvage. He's trying to assert himself with a tough, unwavering attitude, suggesting that they've been subject to nothing but negligence and mistreatment since the Black Day. The barrier of cynicism is what ensures their survival. No need to be alarmed, kid. I come in good faith. I don't believe you. He surveys you from head to toe with his skeptical eyes. That's something to hear, boy. Perhaps this might cheer you up? Wait, do we have, like, the watch, actually? I'm curious. The luster of the gold-plated watch is only eclipsed by the sparkle of wonder glinting in her round eyes. Is that for us? Really? Not. It should make ends meet for a long time. Being the famished, ill-fortunate orphans of the apocalypse they are, they unceremoniously grab Cornelius' hurlem from your hands, faster than a ravenous wolf pouncing on its prey. Before you can even turn, they have already made it halfway down the street, shouting and bickering excitement as they vanish in the mist to who knows where. They're gone. Achievement locked. Give Cornelius' watch to the tunnel kids. And somehow I had it. The girl's staring eyes shift slowly to you. I'm here to ask you a few questions, child. Look, darling, I need your help on something. Wait, the kid's still there? Do you know what you saw? No, mister. She was breathing like this when she was turned into the tunnel. You playfully, and it's just like breathing of the girl. She hasn't talked since. I think she still feels the monsters. Alright. Well, I don't think she's gonna be of much help other than, you know, whatever that happened. That's weird. I think the game might be slightly more buggy in terms of the quests. Ay ay ay. Oh god. Alright. Okay, guys. Seeing that we... What's this? Alrighty. We're gonna go. I think we'll make our way... Actually, hold on. We can visit out of town if you want to. Or we can go visit the Essex Hotel and talk about, you know, solve the other stuff from the Arkham Stabber case. We probably have access to the world map now? The Distillery, Dead Willows. What to do? I think we'll have to continue the Arkham Stabber case here. We'll maybe go to Dead Willows later, but let's go to the Essex Hotel and ask to Horatio and ask about see if we can maybe do the Copperhead whiskey thing. But I think I'll be doing that the next episode since I'm kind of running out of time right now. So I'm just gonna make my way there and yep. So once we arrive near the Essex Hotel, to continue the investigation on the Arkham Stabber. Let me see where to go. But already we're kind of getting some information. So this Arkham Stabber has killed mob people only, and it could be literally anyone, to be honest here. So yeah, it's kind of weird why this guy was doing it though. It could be Keelan, or it could be one of those witnesses there was, but they might have some information on what's going on. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video today. If you did, please give a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below if you have any questions. Until then, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. See you later.